Welcome to another lesson. Today, we're going to go through simple interest. This section will review basic simple and compound interest loans and investments, the kind where no additional payments are made, just interest calculated. A simple interest loan or investment is one where the amount of interest is constant, plus the same amount each time, and calculated as a percentage of the original value. That is ever so important. That is calculated as a percentage of the original value. So the two important things about simple interest is that it is constant and calculated as a percentage of the original value. The interest rate is given as a percentage. The amount being borrowed or invested is called the principal. The process is almost identical to flat rate depreciation, except it is growing instead of decaying. So in terms of simple interest, think of it as the opposite of flat rate depreciation. One is growing, one is decaying. That's the only difference there. Here is our recursion relation for it. So as you can see, we've got our principal amount here. And then to find the next term, you take the current term and add on whatever your constant interest is. That's why you're adding something there. If I'm just come over here for a moment, just talk about this a bit more, because I want to get into your minds the difference between compound and simple interest. So let's look here at simple interest for a moment. So simple interest. Let's say you go to the bank and they say, we will give you 10% per annum. Well, the interest is based on the original amount. So if you originally put in $1,000, they're going to give you 10% of that original, which is $100. And then they're going to always give you $100 each year. So each year they give you $100. The interest remains constant. You're always gaining 10% of that original amount. So that's why you go 1,100, 1,200. So again, really two important things about simple interest, that it is calculated as a percentage of the original, and it remains constant. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at compound interest, which is different. Compound interest is based on both the original amount and the accumulated interest from the previous periods. So if they said 10% per annum, what they're saying is, all right, what's 10% of your original? Well, that's 100. But now you have 1,100. So what's 10% of 1,100? It's 110. So they add that on. So do you see how the amount of interest that you're gaining is changing, and the reason why it's changing is because your interest is based upon, each separate iteration. So if we were to visualize this, simple interest is in blue. It is simply just the straight line. When compound interest, look at that, it is going up like that. But we're going to be talking about compound interest in our next lesson, so we don't have to talk about that now, but I think it's good just to get it into our heads, just to understand, hey, we're at the moment doing simple interest. These are the properties. This is how it's different to compound interest. All right, simple interest, simple interest, simple interest. That's what we're doing. All right, let's try to answer this question, shall we?